Hello Bookish friends, welcome to another Try a Chapter video. Today I'm going to do the Victober edition of this video. I will try the first chapters of three Victorian classics books that I have thinking of reading for a very long time, and put that book on my Victober TBR. I've already chose some shorter works for my Victober TBR, and this will be my main book to read for Victober in the month of October. First book that I'm going to try a chapter of is from this huge collection of George Eliot, which consists of 4 novels, and I will read the first chapter of her earlier and a bit shorter work, Silas Marner. George Eliot is an author that I wanted to read for a long time. She would be a great choice for this video. I finished the first chapter of Silas Marner by George Eliot. In this chapter, Silas Marner's time in a town where he stayed for more than 15 years has been summarized, and in this time he is first regarded as a foreigner and really not to be trusted. As the years pass by, he becomes more and more accepted into the community and into the church, and when the minister of the church is dying, Marner is accused of stealing the church's money, and he then figures out that he has been tricked by his best friend, and at the end of the first chapter he is found guilty. His fiancée leaves him for his best friend, and he leaves the town in which he has been wronged. After reading this first chapter, I can see the appeal of George Eliot. She has a beautiful writing style and really good descriptions and the ideas about the society and the town in general. I found the events very interesting too. The trope of a wronged man is always appealing for me. As the first impressions, I'm guessing it would take a bit of an effort and concentration to read this book, but I'm thinking the events and the character descriptions would be worth it. So I have very positive feelings towards Silas Marner by George Eliot. And the second book that I chose for this video is Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson. I've heard that it's a very engaging adventure book, and I wanted to read this book for a very long time, so it was another perfect book for a Try a Chapter video. I finished the first chapter of Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson, and very interestingly, this book also ended with our hero leaving the town that he was living for 17 years, but this time the circumstances were very different. When his mother and father dies, Davy learns that he has rich relatives in a big city. The priest and the good friend of his father talks to him and gives him parting gifts which would help him to get on with his life after he leaves town. I found this book to be very intriguing, and I have to say it was much more easier to read than George Eliot's writing style. So this is also a strong candidate for Victober. And the last work that I will try for Victober is Legacy of Cain by Wilkie Collins. I have liked everything that I read from Wilkie Collins, and I am very excited if I will like the first chapter of this book too. I finished the first chapter of The Legacy of Cain by Wilkie Collins. In this first chapter, a woman is accused of killing her husband, although it seems like her husband has been unfaithful to her. This has not made an effect on the verdict to lighten the sentence, and she is convicted to death. And we read the notes of the governor, who reflects the talk between the chancellor and the prisoner. And the prisoner seems to be very, very different from the Victorian woman that the governor is accustomed to deal with. She asks many, many interesting questions regarding the minister who will visit her. Being a lover of mystery, of course, I was very, very interested in this first chapter of Legacy of Cain. It seems like I'm very, very comfortable with the writing style of Wilkie Collins too. I read the 2 chapters because the first chapter was very short, in a very short period of time. I'm also very interested in the plot point and really want to know more about the prisoner who may or may not be guilty at all. As for my decision, I actually enjoyed the first chapters of all 3 of the books very much. All 3 of the books had different genres, and this also did not help to make a decision for me, because they all had characteristics of their genres that I liked very, very much. I really like a good detailed description in historical fiction. I like fast-paced in adventure books, and I like the mystery to be present in the first chapter in mystery books. And Silas Marner, Kidnapped, and The Legacy of Cain had all these characteristics respectively. But since I have to make a decision, I will choose The Legacy of Cain by Wilkie Collins, because I think it will be the easiest for me to read. In the month of September, right now, I'm reading very dense books, and that is the only reason for choosing The Legacy of Cain by Wilkie Collins. I might try reading the other 2 books if my TBR permits it. This was my pick for try a chapter video for Victober. Please comment down below which book would you have chosen according to my descriptions, and of course if you have read the books. And if you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. For Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose legacy. Legacy means miras in Turkish, and miras is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.